Is it on? Okay, didn't know it was on.
Wait, we're live?
Apparently.
Oh.
I just said I was gonna start
Yeah,
it.
it doesn't make like a ding or nothing. Like it's
Ding!
so hard to tell. Like, yeah, there's no red light in the back that's like, hey, you're not giving me a 3, 2.
No, they do 3.
Yeah. Listen, I've seen Wayne's World. And
That's how we do it. they don't say 2 or 1. They just
that's-
here. Hi guys. Hi guys. Voice cracked a little. She's like on the puberty.
Yeah, so happy Wednesday. And we are going to go over some more guard passing today. I think what we'll do is we will reinforce what we did from yesterday, and if we have anything more, we'll go over it. If there's any specific type of guard pass that you're interested in, or for whatever reason, another technique you have questions about, let us know in the comments today. Ask as soon as you can, and we'll cover it.
Nogi style.
Nogi style,
Nogi
yeah,
style.
for Nogi.
So today's gonna be a little different. Just because gi versus no gi.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget to go on Facebook and vote to see who all the coaches who you would like to see compete against each other for your guys' entertainment. God, I feel like a gladiator now.
Yeah, exactly.
To the death.
Not to death. Not to death.
To the first broken bone.
Almost. Okay.
What happens when someone actually breaks their bone tomorrow, Kelly? That's gonna be
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, so today we'll start with what we did yesterday, and what we started with yesterday was Toreando. That absolutely.
All right, guys. So it's gonna be very different. It's gonna be very different because we don't have the grips to use now. Some other people. I don't like. I know we drill the Toreando with hands on the feet. Okay. I don't like to pass this. I don't like to come here and slide down. That's just me. No-gi style, I like to control the knee and the hip a little more. Okay? Now when I come in, sorry guys, 1 second. There we go. And when I come in, it's gonna be the same thing. Like when I enter, I'm passing. I'm not missing out. Now with the no-gi Toreando pass, I have some more options that I like to use. I like to knee cut more, but I will absolutely leg drag a lot off of this Toreando. So we're just gonna still go over the leg drag later. So I'm here, it's very simple. I enter 1, 2, reaching for his hip. I'm going to shuffle, and I'm gonna push the knee as I spike. From here, same thing. I hug, 1, 2, and come up. Now it's gonna be a little more important to really make sure you get a good hug on his legs. And if I can, or if I have to, I'll sometimes hug both my legs. Do you guys see my hand, Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
I'll sometimes hug here, almost like I just did a double leg, just to control his legs. Because it's gonna be very important to control these legs and get my knee under his knee, right behind his hip. Because if I don't control these legs, he's gonna keep shrimping out. It's gonna be a constant battle trying to pass this leg. So it's very important. Slow down, really control him. Don't rush to the side control. Okay, so I'm gonna come here. Still using speed though, just whenever I get to that leg battle, slow it down, really control those legs. So I'm here, 1, 2. Now look, push. Push, I'm up on my toes. My butt, my feet, my head is making like a pyramid or a triangle. Okay, so my butt is in the air. I'm really controlling his legs, and my shoulder is down. Now from here, again, Mike's gonna be shrimping crazy to get this leg out. So I might hug instead here with both hands. Shove my leg under. Then when I get here, I come up and I come to side control. So it's slightly different. I really need to use my speed to enter, but then I'm gonna slow down for a second. Let's do it from the same one again. From here, 1, 2, push, I come over. That time I didn't get the push I wanted, so I immediately came over and hugged the legs. Okay, now I don't have to worry about guillotines as long as his leg is on this side. Alright, so I get here, I get my leg under. If I get my leg under and I'm stuffing his hips, he can't get his guard back. So even if he's hugging my head for a guillotine, I'm safe. He actually hugging my head for a guillotine actually makes it easier to come up to the head for control. But look, see guys my hand? It's very important I hold that. I don't want to get here, go for my pass, him get his guillotine, and then let him get this leg in. Because all he really needs is to get this one leg out, and it's over. Well, if he has a good guillotine. We don't have good guillotines.
Yes. So let's just touch a little bit on the specifics of this. When you're driving, let's talk about driving this leg. So when you're in here, you're pushing. You're not just like trying to push it down the ground and push it out. You're driving me around almost in a circle, right?
At the same time, I'm really dropping my shoulder into him. I feel like you can be a little nicer with the shoulder. No, you can't be nice.
Nogi's so much of scrambling and I guess we'll call it more like wrestling, if you will. You have to just make decisive movements. You don't have time to wait. So, think back to when we've been drilling in class and how different a class is from a Thursday night to a Saturday. When you drop on somebody on a Saturday, it's a lot harder than you drop on somebody on a Thursday typically, I feel like.
Yeah. That's all my details.
Yeah.
So one more time.
Any other angle you think? You turn this way?
Reality. One more time then. So I'm here. I answer again immediately, like when I go, I'm not coming here. This happens to a lot of people with passing. Whatever pass they do, I'll come here, I'll sit, I'll play. The longer I sit in front of him, not doing anything, the longer he has to do stuff to me. So move. I'm on top, I have the advantage. So I'm here, I come in, I immediately move. Now, that time I got his legs, so I don't have to go so much towards the legs because I got his legs so far ahead. So now I'm just gonna turn, very easy. Okay, but if we do get in this battle, remember, if we do get in this battle, hug, get my knee. If I get into a situation where his leg's here, even when I come in front, move my knee in front to block that. Very, very important, blocking that bottom leg any way we can.
Yeah, I hope you guys, as we talk about this, you can see how important shrimping is to all the defenses that you're going to do for practically almost everything. So having a good shrimp is really beneficial to you.
This goes right into the double over if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as Coach, James showed earlier, how he drops sometimes goes double over on the legs. Double over is a pass all on its own. Again, as we talked about yesterday, probably I see that time of doing a double over is when somebody's in I'm in their butterfly guard, and they're in a position where they're trying to sweep me, and I'm in a position where I'm trying to pass, especially if they're not picking me up. So we all know Coach James is really good at getting in and lifting you and causing me to more float pass or attempt to float pass. Whereas if I'm playing with somebody here and they're just sitting up, maybe I get really aggressive. I'm going to stick my head right in their chest to try to push them down. And as I get them down here, then my hands come directly to the hips. I'm blocking the hips down. I'm crushing the butterfly. And then I get here. I wrap around the legs. So now I've got a double over. From here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to sprawl. Okay, now, do I need to be worried about can he lock up his guard? If I sit here, yeah, he can bring his feet around. But I'm not going to. I'm here, and then again, like we talked about, you're going to see me, I'm going to try to, it may be hard to see, grab from this side all the way through into his leg on this side, or on this side all the way through to his leg on this side. So I'll go this way first. So as I get my double over, see me secure the foot and the ankle here so that he can't pull it out that way. From here, I'm going to be heavy, driving my shoulder and my head. Again, if he tries to lock up a guillotine on me, it doesn't matter. If I'm here, I'll sit in side control and let him put a guillotine on me. He's not going to finish it. If he can, he's got some sort of crazy squeeze that, you know, is going to win him a lot of matches just because. But, you know, you shouldn't, if you're on bottom, don't hold a guillotine if somebody's in side control on you, okay? You're setting yourself up for failure in most cases. So one more time. So even if I go and I try to do my Toreando pass, same way I come in, boom, and I strip it, but he's got a good frame on his upper body. It causes me to drop down into the legs, so now I'm hugging, I'm double over. Okay, I'm here. Now I've got a decision to make. Do I go towards you this way, or do I hop the other way? So I'm gonna do a hop over this way, here, and I'm gonna work in to my side control.
And again, guys, he just did it. So if he's doing his Toreando, and a lot of times I'll stop it. Yeah, sorry. I'll try to get this leg under if I can't get this. So he went double over, but now I'm still shrimping. So what he could do is he could do a hop over. He could switch his head completely and go to the other side because my back's turned. Mm-hmm. So that's another one of those drills of when we would use. Or that's another one of those times when we use that drill.
Yep.
So,
and the more you do the drill, you'll recognize, okay, I'm in a position to do this. I find that, you know, times where we sit around and we're thinking, okay, what can I do? I don't know what to do, is because we're not feeling the position. I'll sit there and I'll say, hey, to people, if you don't know what to do, at least do something, okay? Don't think about it, just do it. Because even if it's wrong, you're going to find out that it's wrong.
I was watching Last Samurai last night on Netflix. Same. No mind. Same thing. No mind.
It's just, yeah, it is the same thing. Practice it so you don't have to think about it. There's no mind there. If you're forced into a situation where you have to react instinctively, at least do something. Don't just sit there. Okay? If somebody's got me in mount, I'm not going to sit there and let them be on mount. I need to be moving. It's a bad position for me. I need to go. Especially if it's self-defense. So,
Leg drag.
Leg drag, yeah.
Leg drag. So, leg drag, guys, it's going to be very different because I don't have the pants. And in my opinion, leg drag, in my opinion, I do the leg drag more in gi. I do knee cuts more in no gi. But that's because of the two differences. So actually, can we move just a little bit so I can get away from this gap? Thank you. So I can still absolutely do it. I still leg drag all the time off the Toreando pass in no gi. It's just a little different, and timing needs to be a little more on point. So I'm the same thing. I'm coming in. I'm here, and he's bringing this leg high. If it's low, don't leg drag. Come in. Go for my double under. Block his hips. Do everything we just showed. But if it's high, same thing. If I really try to push and force, and you know, I'm not in a good position to dive down for my double over pass anyway. So now, same thing. I'm just gonna lift, grab the knee, straight up. I'm not trying to drag it across the body. I've already done that by cutting for my Toreando. So all I have to do now is lift straight up. Put my knee behind his knee. Now look at my other leg. I don't think we got this well Tuesday. I'm here. I'm not cutting into him. That's not gonna be fun. I'm cutting this way. Here. Now, no-gi, a little different. We went over. That's where I did the leg drag last week from arm triangle. Mm-hmm. So in the gi, guys, or in no-gi rather, this is when I'm gonna start trying to do my arm triangles. Whenever I go for them, I'm here. I'm pushing his head up. I'm coming here. Then I can go right and arm triangle, or from what I did the other week, come up and try to take his back while he's attacking my hair too. Ow, 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 ow.
Always attack the hair.
So I'm here. So I'm coming in for my Toreando. His legs high. Again, I don't have to push. I'm just I just have to lift his leg straight up. Here. Once I'm here, look, I'm all the way on the other side. He still can't do anything. I'm just gonna cut. Get my arm over his head. Push this and get under. If I can't get this over, that's okay. I'll go on over his head and come side control instead. But practice getting to this arm triangle position. It's a very strong position. And the thing is, no matter what, I've passed. Doesn't matter. Make sense?
Any questions about any of this so far?
I have to fix my hair. I have to take a hair break. Hold on.
Who do we got?
We had Justin, Zach, Casey, Andrew, Guillermo,
What's
Sarah.
That? Well, hi everyone.
What's that?
Zach Pridemore, I assume?
Yeah, Mosquito.
Yeah. Mosquito.
Mosquito.
Sorry, Zach, you'll never live that down. You're always going to be Mosquito now.
Yeah.
He wants to be called Mosquito.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay, last one.
All right, cool. All right, so let's say, for example, I did shrimp very well when Coach James does his Toreando pass. And I'm getting to this point where he's into a double over, and he's trying to fight it. Okay, so I'm trying to fight him, and we're here. So let's turn about. So remember, whatever side his head's on, that's ideally the side I want my hand bracing at. I don't want to brace this way necessarily, because all he's got to do is switch to right and he's got my back. Yep. So, very important that if his head is on this side, that's the side arm that I want back, and I'm going to be bracing here. Now, as he starts to move up, if I'm here and he keeps climbing and I'm able to maybe just keep scooting my back, he's going to climb up my body. Because once he's past my legs and my hips, he's got a good amount of pressure and good amount of control just to bring my back flat to the mat or my side and finish the pass. So this is what we call a body lock right here because he's around my body. Okay. So now how do I defeat this? So we went over it in the gi. It's literally the same in no gi. I want to get my knee basically up towards his armpit, and I want it to be straight up in the air if at all possible. I want to be bracing myself on this side. He's going to be putting pressure in, so you're just going to have to sort of straighten your arm out. Be careful about hyperextending your elbow and getting your elbow going back inwards. That could suck really bad. So I want a little bit of bend in so I can push back. I'm pushing into the palm of my hand right now. Now, two ways you could do it. Again, if you have short arms, I can grab into his lat and his armpit here, and I can pull his armpit here and tickle him and all that. Not actually what you're going to do. You're going to pull in, and I'm going to bring my chest into it. I'm cutting my ribs into his neck here, into these carotid here, and I'm going to use my knee and my hand here to pull everything in just like a triangle. Okay, if you can, when you bring this up, I want you to grab inside your leg here, right inside your knee, and I want you to pull yourself into it. Remember, the biggest thing is bringing my chest over the top of his head here. Now it's really hard for him, really uncomfortable. So James, say the ABCs, please.
ABC.
It's not going to choke him out, okay? But it's uncomfortable. And if he's continuing to drive, okay, he's putting pressure into me as I'm putting back pressure into him. He's making it worse for him. Eventually, he's going to have to decide if he wants to pass, he's going to have to let go and attack my arm. When he does, that's my opening. So I'm just going to scoot out from there. I'm prepped to shrimp because I'm right here.
This is a butt scoot.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just butt scooting backwards. Every time we do these drills, it's exactly what I'm doing. When he's here, as soon as he lets go, I'm just scooting away. I'm just trying to square up. I want to get my leg straight and then back underneath here, because even if he then pushes me down, we're into a half butterfly or a guard. Way better than wherever we were. Exactly. It's a restart for me, right? If nothing else, maybe I want him to be in a half butterfly. Maybe I'm a butterfly player and he was able to beat my butterfly with an overpass, double overpass, and I want to get back to that position. So one easy way to do it. It's really very simple. Remember, the biggest thing is I want to bring my chest over. So if I'm like this, so his head's on this side, I'm grabbing inside my knee. I'm going to take away all this space here. His head's here, his shoulder's in here. Grab my knee, and I want to bring my chest over his head, so his head's going to be in this area. Here. Take away all this. Here. And then when he lets go, I push out and regain my guard. Okay? Pretty simple.
Yeah, we ran through that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions?
Nope.
We sure did run through it. Any other patch you want to cover then?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you show some options from half butterfly? What to do when you're in half butterfly guard, like you were just
how
were?
to pass half butterfly or
For the person who's
got the butterfly?
got the butterfly, yeah.
Yeah. So offensive options?
Yeah.
Delicious.
So half butterfly. So like here.
You want here or one leg inside?
One leg in, one leg out.
And so you got half guard on this side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Yeah. So like.
So you're
Yeah,
correct.
All
yeah.
right. So from here you kind of go a few different ways. I like to attack the Kimura from here. If anything, just to threaten it. Kind of depends on where the head is. Now, if my leg's inside on this side, he's typically going to be trying to extend this leg and getting my leg here. Let's turn to the audience. So, if I'm here, he's typically going to try to be going here, and then he's going to end up. Which way would you pass? Yeah, going that way. So, he's typically going to have his head here. So now what I need to do is I need to grab his wrist right from here, because he's going to be reaching down, trying to control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab his wrist, my Kimura. Now, I'm not going to get it. That's when we're going to go into that Kimura sweep that we like to do. So I'm going to let him pass, because he's going to pass. But my hand's coming up into his arm, or into his leg. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to let him pass. And once he gets to here, I need to be bumping, because he's not going to stop. So when I get here, look, bump. And now from here, you can either come up and go for my Kimura, or what I've been doing a lot lately, really like it, is I let him sweep, and I get my legs underneath him, and I start going for my crucifix, or if he scrambles, yeah, keep coming up, yep. I'll keep sliding for his back. So it all kind of depends. It's a lot of reaction stuff off of the off of that, but it also depends on where their head is. If their head's on the other side, for whatever reason, I do the same thing, except now I'm going to use this to really lock him down and actually go for my real Kimura. So if he's joined here, sometimes, well, I don't even know why anyone does this, but I get here sometimes, and what I do is I just push, climb, and I come up for my Kimura. Very simple. And finish.
Yeah. Don't. So I'm just gonna put it out there. Don't put your head on that same side.
I don't know why, but
whenever
sometimes
you
when I
do this
should.
here, and as soon as he brings his leg up here, I'm stuck. Okay, I can't do nothing with this arm anymore. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to like bail through here somehow, and okay, now I'm getting overplotted. Now I have to go into my own plotted defenses. So let's just talk about the pass real quick then. So I have seen a lot of people try this. We've showed it before.
this is the one Fredson, I was thinking about the other day. This is the one Fredson showed
Yeah,
me.
and people, some of our students are still getting it a little incorrect, and that's okay. You know, you're 96% correct. Let's fix the other 4% now. Okay, so I'm in this half butterfly position. Let's turn this way because that's what's going to be most important. So what's important here is number one, that I'm smashing the butterfly. I don't want to play up here because otherwise I've got no pressure to his hips. He can control it. So I want to be able to control his hips. So I want to be down. I want to get my elbows down. I'm hugging in nice and tight. So I'm pulling his foot to his butt. I'm taking all the power out of him extending this leg. And I'm hugging on the opposite side to control this leg down, just the same way he was able to control my arm when he brought his leg up on top of my shoulder here. I'm going to control his leg by bringing my elbow to my knee on the opposite side. So you can't see it. So if we switch, my knee is here. I'm going to bring my elbow here, and I'm going to lock everything down first. Okay? And I'm going to switch. All right. Now from here, all we're gonna do is we're gonna extend. So I wanna trap this leg. So I'm gonna keep this leg here to keep this side trapped in. And I'm gonna use my opposite leg now, my right leg here, and I'm gonna extend it out straight. And I'm gonna do all this while keeping my arms in the same place. So I'm gonna extend it, And now I'm gonna look to trap his toes, right here. It's not always gonna be as easy as we're showing you, right? People are shrimping, we're fighting, so go ahead and give me just a little resistance. So here, I go to extend, he's gonna look to hook, right, look. Trap 1, trap 2, now I've trapped it. Now, how do I pass? There's different ways you can pass. You saw me earlier, I went to go more like an over-under pass. You could stay here. We've talked about, now if you come back to this side. Yep, we're gonna use the elbow. So this is the basic way. So we're gonna use the elbow right here. So you're gonna see my hand come up, controlling the hip. I'm gonna use the elbow to flatten it down. My thigh here, my other knee is still controlling this inside. As soon as this is down, I just come up over the top of it, right here. Now from here, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to climb up. You see my foot catches on the top. Back step, this prevents him from turning into me. I'm using my foot as a hook. Slide up, and I'm in a good side control. Any details you want to throw in?
No, that's good. Some people, I don't know how Fred's is just, he's awesome. But
What do you want to do?
just the same thing.
Okay.
But if my legs, you guys, I found, because I really started working this pass after we got back from Vegas last year. Go ahead and let my leg inside for the butterfly. Mm-hmm. If you get here on someone, because I learned it off the butterfly.
Yeah.
And you could do it off the butterfly. It's just gonna be harder because every time he goes to extend this leg, I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna be trying to create space with this leg. So what you need to do is you kind of need to get this leg, I found, inside. So take 2 steps. So you can take this leg, put it inside my leg. Let me show you. Because the way I learned it is I just extend, same thing, I get here. But that gets his leg on the outside. So sometimes what you're gonna have to do is hold this leg and cut and make 2 steps out of it. And then come back here. And then do that. So if you have to make 2 steps in order to beat this leg before you trap that, that might have to happen.
Yeah.
I have longer legs, so I have a harder time. So I end up having to do that instead of just the...
Yeah. I find myself in that half butterfly position a lot when I'm rolling with people. I've played a lot from the bottom over the last several years, more so than the top. I've gotten away from the top. I don't find myself as have as much aptitude with the butterfly as you per se, but in that half butterfly, I find myself with a lot of options where I'm able to sweep people, push them off balance, move into a transition into X or something else. I'm gonna call somebody out, Chris Rao. Chris Rao will use this pass all the time, and he will try to pass. And when he's been successful at doing it, but when he's not successful, I think there's just a few little details in there missing. So practicing this, how to practice this pass without a partner, I think if you just come right here, start to work on your extend. And when we talk about extending, we talk about extending real high and real far back because we want to exaggerate things. So I'm here keeping everything tight. I extend, I scrape inside. I don't know, I'm gonna give you a shot at my butt here for a second. Extend, I scrape inside so that I know I've got the foot, trap, over the top. Now I'm in the back step. Back, and now I'm in the side control. You have to use somewhat of your imagination and visualize your opponent when you're practicing on your own. If you don't have a dummy, maybe you've got a dummy. You know, James could be my living dummy. You know, and vice versa. I'm his and Kelly's and everybody else who wants to practice. So sometimes you have to use your imagination when you're just practicing stuff. But again, it's about the movements. If you just get the movements down, when you start to put a person in front of you, everything's going to start clicking. Then you start getting into the resistance. And you figure out, okay, what you need to do. Because real life is all about that resistance. Somebody's going to show you a look and everything. That's why they say, like, you know, as a white belt, like, the black belts want to roll with you because you're going to show them potentially something they've never seen before. You know, they get a lot of, you know, I know a lot of people talk about enrolling with gyms, like the black belts roll all the time to the black belts, other times, you know, with brown belts, you know, and even purple belts. And typically it's like blue belts and white belts just stick together, blue belts and purple belts, and then you've got like some purple and browns we mix. Yeah, I think one of the great things about our gym is that we have such a good eclectic mix, and everybody's always invited to roll with somebody. I don't.
I actually love rolling with white belts.
Yeah.
Because find it weird, like the exact opposite you said. Like white belts more roll with black belts or higher ranks rather.
Yeah.
So they'll get to see something that they haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
I roll with white belts because like they do stuff and I'm like, what did you just do?
Yeah.
Like I can't tell you how many times I've learned just from rolling with white belt. I'm like, huh.
Look at like go back to right before all this happened. Mary on her birthday, or the day after her birthday, she came in, for practice, and we did a mini shark on her at the end. She's been in it at that point for just maybe a little over
Maybe 6 weeks,
3 weeks, maybe. I'd say a little bit over 4 weeks, maybe. But we're showing her positions and she has no idea what to do. Just like we said earlier, you got to do something. You can't just sit there. She actually, I liked watching her that day because she got it into her head. I've got to move. I've got to do something. Mm-hmm. Okay, so she just tried something. We could sit in positions, and then after a second, she'd be like, all right, I'm going to try this and do this and force us to do something. That's that jiu-jitsu chess. If me and James are just, going and playing jiu-jitsu chess, if I do this, now I'm going to wait for him to do something else. So he does this. Now he's got to wait for me to do something. Now I'm here. Now he's here. What am I going to do? Maybe I come back here, and it's all about just figuring out, okay, if I sit here now, I'm like, oh man, I don't know what to do. I just got this crazy, like, whatever this squid pterodactyl guard, I don't know what it's called. Yeah. Like, if I sit here, I'm going to lose in real life, right? So I've got to decide if we start to pick it up a little bit, maybe I'm going to step on his hand and get my foot out. Sorry.
Okay, I'm still going to heel hook you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got something he wants to do, so maybe I can look into my own toe hold. Anything I want to do. Maybe I'm going to backstep into a knee bar. I've got to try something. So if I don't know anything, if I'm stuck here, okay, yeah, just put me in anything. Okay, so if I'm stuck here, I've got to do something, even if it's this. Right? I don't just want to sit there and let him and go, oh man, I don't know what to do. He's just going on this. And then next thing you know, I'm here. And now I'm getting heel hooked and I'm tapping.
Ha-ha!
Right?
Heel hook.
Okay, before you rant on more,
Yeah.
we do have a question.
Yeah.
About a boot.
Right before Coach Mike passed and trapped the foot, will the Kimura grip and bump work on the bottom still?
Yeah. So, go back. So, you're talking...
So if I'm passing, right here, okay, so I'm here and I'm getting ready to pass already, I think is the question, right? And he's going ahead, he's going to go ahead and still, right?
Is that it? Are they saying yes?
I'm assuming this is it, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If I can get here, I always have a chance to sweep or do Kimura. Go ahead, pass, Mike. Look, because I still come in the same position.
Right. So again, Coach James is doing something in response to what I'm doing. He's not just going to let me pass.
Like how we end up there is different, but the end position is still the same.
Right.
Like we're still ending up in the position where I have a Kimura, and he's still passing to that Kimura side. Now, if I'm doing my Kimura attack that I was shown earlier from here, let me get it. And he starts to pass, I don't think it's going to work as much. I can try ripping, but the thing is, I really have to get my hips out, and I really have to get to him, and I don't have any control. If anything, he's probably just going to roll. But now it's a scramble. So it might not work as well if I'm on the offside. But if any time you're down and you get in a position where my knee, my bottom leg is blocking us for a minute, and I get this Kimura grip, and he passes, I always have a chance. Now, if he comes here and he sits, because there's a little count that Mike likes to do. If he sits, I'm not gonna be able to do it as easy. I'll have to spin and do some crazy stuff, but there's still a chance.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that Kimura trap series is really good. A lot of high levels use it in competition, professional jiu-jitsu players. If you like the Kimura, use it.
That's like been my submission for this year.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to go for Kimuras.
You know, me and James always love to talk about the kind of focus that Robbie had when he was with us. That's all he would go for what was it, like 4 months. Is just Kimuras everywhere. That's it. He didn't care about ripping your wrist off anymore. He didn't care about, you know, hanging you by your neck. All he cared about was turning your shoulder over.
He never got me in a lot of guillotines. He got me in a lot of wrist locks.
A lot of wrist locks.
A lot of wrist locks, a lot of Kimuras. But I don't remember him doing a guillotine phase, did he?
I think he...
No, you're right, he did.
He
went through a
one.
Marcellitine
Yeah,
phase.
Marcellitine, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's that kind of focus, you know, if, you know, that's why we say, like, hey, you really want to get good at arm bars? Do an arm bar. Like, find every position you can do an arm bar from, which is every position. We showed everybody that. You can hit an arm bar from every position. You have to be willing to kind of make up a little bit of ground yourself sometimes, because by the book never happens. And if it does, you need to buy a lotto ticket that day and just take a chance, because you've already won once. I can't tell you I've ever hit a basic textbook armbar from guard in competition against somebody. In practice, is, you know, I can hit it against white belts most anytime I want, because they're still learning and they don't really know that much. If I go against somebody in my rank, it's never going to happen. White belts against other white belts, it will probably never happen, except for the exceptional ones. Just because you're still learning, you don't really know that much. Even if you understand the concept really, really well and grab it, most of the time they're going to force you into a different angle or position even still. So, because you haven't learned how to control their body as well yet as a brown belt, let's say.
Have I ever hit a textbook?
I'm sure you have. But so anyway, so the focus. If you want to get good at passing in a particular way, practice that. So I say Chris Rao, that's the only time, if I butterfly him, if I get half butterfly, it's the only pass he's trying is exactly what we just showed. Coach James works the leg drag so freaking much, and it's basically all he uses against me.
Leg drag.
Leg drag. And then, you know,
But that's how it is. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure October, November, I'll be like, oh, let's try this now. And that's all I'll do.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what you have to do. You have to obsess with techniques.
People take me down, I'm immediately on the way, get rabbing guillotines. That's what I look for. And I get it because that's what I look for. Guillotine is there, you know, forever. You know, wrist locks everywhere. I look for them. You just have to look for it. You'll find it. So if you want to get better at something, look for it, find it, and just keep that focus.
Do you have any more questions, Kelly?
Yep.
That's it.
Cool.
Cool.
Everybody, make sure you're letting us know if your kids are doing their homework. Remember, it was to do all of the drills we showed on Monday. What it was, 20 times?
5 times, or once. Yeah, 20 times, once a day.
And then if they extra credit was to do it a second set.
Yes.
Right.
But they have to do it once a day.
Yeah, so I'd be really interested to know if the kids are doing that. Remember, this can be their physical education, to make sure they're still getting some training time with jiu-jitsu. Try to make it fun. Give them a reward maybe if you need to. Give them, a bowl of ice cream with dinner or for supper.
Ice cream.
Yeah. Brownies, whatever, they like, but yeah, in the meantime, make sure you vote. Let us know, which 2 people you'd like to see have combat with each other.
That's not gonna be fun.
And then also, I just want to make sure, as we move through this, everybody still tries to adhere as much as they can to the guidelines of the CDC in combating COVID-19. I know it's really nice out. A lot of people going to parks and stuff. Make sure you try to observe the distancing as much as possible. If you're out, you're riding your bike and you get hurt, like Emma. Sorry, Emma. Hope you feel better. Make sure that not everybody's. I hate to say this, but you don't get crowded with people trying to make sure you're okay. You know, I hope you're out riding with mom or dad or big brother or sister, and like
Get away from me.
they're to pick you up and help walk you home or carry you home. In this case, if you were Danielle.
Kids in my neighborhood, oh my god, parents are just literally just, poof, go play.
It's a tough
Crazy.
situation, you know, but it is what it is. So yeah, let us know and that they're doing their homework, and then tomorrow, yeah,
Fight Club.
that's right.
Rule number 1: don't say anything about it.
Don't say anything.
You just broke rule number 1. You just told everybody it was tomorrow.
Oh no!
All right. Really appreciate everybody who showed up to watch. Hope you end up watching this video later this week otherwise. And we will see you tomorrow, 5 p.m.